Welcome back. Episode number 5, Nino's Adventures, Road to Cyclocross Nationals. At the start line, official says go. Caught Nino off guard just a little bit. You could see him chasing hard. The Velocious junior female, and man, is she a great starter. Nino's had a little bit of struggle getting going there, but he starts to hammer down. His goal here was to stick on Sam Edwards' wheel, the fast junior 11, 12-year-old division rider from Velocious Sport. And Nino just got a couple riders in between him off the start line, and Sam had a perfect start, and it really set Nino back. But Nino's fighting hard, as you can see, and riding the junior female's wheel. And man, I'm telling you, she set a blistering pace when this young lady figures out her endurance and how to pace for the entire duration of a race. She is going to shock a lot of people throughout the country, because you can tell she has got some leg speed. But the little man coming through here, and down here in Davidson, North Carolina for NCCX number 7. And this video is going to be a 2-part video. Day 1, Davidson. Day 2 will be NCCX number 8 in Midland, North Carolina, as we're working our way to the national championship in Fayetteville, Arkansas, the second week of December. About a month away. But hey, we're down here for NCCX 7 and 8, and what an awesome course it was. Did not expect the rain the night before, at least I didn't. But about 1 a.m., started pouring down rain, and for a while, it rained pretty hard. And so the dry conditions that we thought we had when pre-riding the evening before was most certainly not the case day of. But this morning here, the juniors were contending with some slippery, slimy grass and a few muddy spots. And then when it got into the single track later in the lap, it was actually muddy, quite muddy in some spots. Throughout the day, the course dried up, tacked up, and actually became really phenomenally good condition. But the juniors had to contend with some, slick spots for sure. And fortunately for them, the course, all things considered, was not very challenging. It had some long, kind of grinding uphills, but nothing exceedingly difficult. However, leave it to Nino, and he can sometimes make some things challenging. But it's only because he was trying so hard, because he could see the gap coming down just a little bit between him and Sam, and he was fighting extremely hard to get back. So he ran into a few little issues that you're going to get to see here in a little while, and see why we call him the toughest 8-year-old cyclist in America. And prove me wrong. But you'll see what we're saying here in just a few minutes, so keep watching here. And like I said, this is going to be a 2-part video. We'll show you day 2 at the latter part of this. And then at the very end, unexpectedly, when Nino was given the camera and told to go capture some footage of the elite women and masters women, unbeknownst to me, he went out and did his own race interviews with Junior from the day before and the NCCX director, Tim Hopkin. And be honest with you, he did a pretty phenomenal job. So I encourage you to watch him and his friends walk around and capture some video, do some cheering, and get some pretty cool interviews. So good job, Nino, for capturing your own footage and making the video even better than we anticipated from the beginning. But hey, we appreciate you watching. Check out this awesome race, and I'll highlight some of the things as we get to it. All right, here's Nino making the pass on the junior girl from Velocious. What a great start she had. And one of the things that I've seen the best out of Nino is the improvement on the barriers that are coming up here in just a second. He's gotten a whole lot more stronger through this season, and I guess the technique, and especially when it's these normal size barriers, not the maximum height barriers, but he's gotten so much more efficient with getting over the barriers and then remounting his bike and accelerating. So good job, Nino, for that. Another thing I wanted to highlight, and you'll see it coming up here in just a few seconds, but Nino's goal was to ride with Sam. He knows that he can. He just needs to have a little bit better start. Unfortunately, today wasn't that day, but he had not given up, and he was really psyching himself out. So he starts talking to himself, and I put kind of a caption there of what he's saying, but you can hear for yourself. I want you to check it out. But this is pure determination from an 8-year-old. It's the type of determination you just rarely see in the world. And hope you appreciate it for what it's worth here, as he's talking to himself and encouraging himself in his way to keep fighting and try to catch Sam Edwards.
I can beat it. He's not bad. Yes.
Yes, I am his father, coach, and editor of these videos. But it kind of gave me chills when the camera panned around to Nino's face when he doesn't realize anybody is paying attention to what he's saying. And he says, people should fear me. Ladies and gentlemen, this little dude is 8 years old. He has determination and competitive spirit. Fairness of sport, I must say, too. But a drive that is higher than anybody I have ever seen in my lifetime. And if you ever doubt it, go ride a mountain with him and watch how he crushes it up a mountain until he can get to the very top. And I have been victim to this for the past year. Last year, he didn't care about anything. He just rode his bike without saying anything. He just wakes up one day, and now he has drive like we've never seen. Unfortunately for him, or fortunately, depends on how you look at it, time only goes by so fast. And no matter how many green beans he eats, or how much steak he eats, or how much sleep he gets, or all the other things that elders tell you to do to make you grow faster and become stronger, only time does that for him. And that's one of the things that he cannot beat. He can beat most people his age. He can beat most people older than him. He can beat most trails. He can climb most mountains and most roads. But the one thing that he cannot overcome right now is time. But you can't tell him that. And that's what is so amazing when watching these videos. He is determined to become a world champion. Will he? Only time will tell. We'll never know. Until he either does or doesn't. But won't it be awesome if one day he does become one of the best? And you can see how that crop was manicured from the time he started to the time that day comes. But one thing is for sure, absolutely for sure, is that you cannot be a champion unless you have this type of drive and attitude. All right, so we're finishing up lap 1 of day 1. And not much changes really in the placement. Sam's off the front. Nino had narrowed the gap quite a bit off of the initial surge that Sam had. And going into lap 2, Nino was actually riding very strong. And I do believe he'd closed down the gap a few seconds. But he still had some work to do. But we're going to show you here in a minute where all that changed when the little guy experienced some difficulties trying something a little bit different. Though he was able to do it in practice, like I said, the conditions had changed from the night's rain. And some of the technical sections had become more slick and muddy. And so he, on lap 2, experienced some difficulties. But I want you to see how tough he is and why we call him the toughest 8-year-old cyclist in America. Because what he does next made my jaw hit the floor.
Come on, buddy. Don't take chances. Come on. Come on, don't take chances. Go, 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 go. You're going. You can do it. Come on, hop back on. Just go, go, go. Come on. don't take chances. Come on. Come on, don't take chances. Go, 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 go. Come on, you can do it. Come on, hop back on. Just go, go, go. Come on. Don't get up yet. Give it a sprint. Give it a sprint.
Really no words to say for what I watched when reviewing this video to make this particular episode. He no more than gets back on his bike to go 75 yards just to fall over hard, might add. Then gets stuck kind of getting up with his bike in the mud, still hurting, and honestly still sore from the night before's crash. But the dude doesn't quit. Snot out of his nose, mud all over his body, helmet crooked. He hops back on and fights his way to maintain second place. Pretty spectacular, if you ask me. This pretty much sums up day one. We'll go through the finish line here in a second and get ready for day two, which takes us to NCCX number 8 in Midland, North Carolina. They're off for day two. Nino on the start line. It was a mass group start, all the way from 8 years old to 18 years old. Nino on the front row and almost had a false start. Right when he backs up, whistle blows, Nino's off. Amazing start. Probably the best start of the year. Finally was in contention to be able to follow Sam and show how he truly is a competitor. Has one of the older riders crash in front of him, dodges the crash, keeps on fighting, and just a few feet behind Sam. But a lot of traffic to his left and his right and behind and in front. And unfortunately, the inexperience showed when they get to the first steep pitch. He wasn't focused on changing his gears and maintaining proper bike positioning. And the particular hill was so steep, if you didn't do everything perfect, you would not make it. And he gets about 2/3 of the way up and messes it up. Awkward getting off his bike, and equally as awkward getting back on. And before you know it, just like that, he was down 30 seconds to Sam. He had the perfect start, the perfect plan, but sometimes it just doesn't work out the way you want it to. But it doesn't set him back. Hops back on, is able to do the hardest section with ease. Pushes up the hill, hops back on again, and starts chasing. Like I've said in other episodes, the one thing when you're 8 years old that some of the older kids have experience with is like an internal clock or data on your computer, knowing what a lap time is and how you should maintain a speed. Looking at a power number or a heart rate, and knowing that that is a steady effort and you can maintain it. When you're the youngest kid's age, it's really an accomplishment just to make it around the course. Being able to say, I need to go 8 minutes, or I need to keep 100 watts, or I need to keep my heart rate at 190, it is impossible for a child that age to be able to do that. So he has to do it in his own way. Sadly, when he doesn't have that carrot in front of him, he starts to fade off a little bit. And that started to happen some on day 2. But every time he would come around his mother or I, we would yell, keep pushing hard, with the goal of trying to get ready for nationals. It's not about winning now. It's about trying to win the second week of December. He would pick it up, stomped the pedals and try as hard as he could to get himself back up to speed. The gap from Sam continued to grow, but the gap from the other kids in his division extended in Nino's benefit, which is a true testament to how advanced he is for his age at this current time of the season. We still have 1 month to go to tidy up some of the things that have loose ends, to get the perfect start, to execute a plan as good as we can, to corner as fast as he can, and to climb as good as he can, and to figure out how to get over the barriers as efficient as he can. There's still some time, and I got to give credit to the little guy. He took full advantage of it, day 2 NCCX number 8 in Midland, because every time I looked, he was doing something, and you could kind of see it running through his head. It was for the bigger picture. As we watch Nino finish out this lap here, take a quick minute to talk about where we're going to be next. Next weekend will be NCCX number 9, Hickory, North Carolina, at the minor league baseball stadium. Might say that's a tough course. Something like 85 steps and one crazy run up and some elevation on top of that. But Nino did it last year and had fun, and he's already ready to do it again this year. We don't know what Fayetteville, Arkansas is going to throw at us. So every course we can go to and get a little bit more experience is just that much better for next month's goal. But one thing I wanted to make sure we talk about is how appreciative we are for everybody supporting Nino's adventures and Nino's channel. And it has been absolutely awesome to be at the races this year and have the people come up to Nino, and even to me, but mainly to Nino, and say how they really enjoy his channel and getting to see his videos. And it really means a lot to Nino. He talks about it on the way home. He talks about it on the way to the trails. He talks about it when we're camping at the races. And he's getting to meet a lot of the master riders and older pros and some of the active pros. And they're being kind and genuine and giving him advice, and even at times taking his advice. And they do it in a nice way that encourages Nino to keep thinking outside the box. And I've just wanted to take a second to appreciate everybody that is coming up to him and saying something, and taking a minute out of your day to acknowledge, a kid that has a passion for a sport we all love. So kudos to y'all for being kind and genuine to a little 8-year-old that's just doing something that he loves to do. And so we appreciate that. We're over 500 subscribers. And the one thing I do ask, since I said the last time, 75% of the people watching these videos are not subscribers. Please, it's free. Hit subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button, and it would be amazed if you knew how YouTube works and how that helps the algorithm and get the videos out to other kids and other riders and other people interested in getting fit, getting healthy, getting active. It does it. It really does. The more likes, the more subscribers we get for a video, I can see the numbers shoot up sky high. So do us that favor and hit subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. We're watching Nino finish up this lap here, and we'll finish narrating. And thanks again for all your support. So this section here, if you watched many of Nino's videos, you'll hear me many times say that Nino always keeps some matches in his box. Well, this is one of those times that he pulled some out. He looked back and saw Breck, who is, I say new to the series, but he's been here for several races now, but it's great to see the Velocious junior team so strong. But Breck was chasing Nino pretty hard. Nino had let up a little bit on that little gravel road leading into this technical section. And when the course wrapped over itself, Nino could see Breck coming. And Nino said to himself, whatever he said, something along the lines of, "You trying to catch me or trying to keep up with me?" And you could almost see him take out his matchbook and strike a couple matches. And he massively accelerated. And when he did that, the gap almost doubled instantly. And those are the things that we're trying to get him to do throughout the race without somebody chasing him. Easier said than done. And if you're a coach, parent of a child that's 8, 9, 10 years old, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's amazing how talented these kids are. But some of the things they just cannot figure out is that internal drive when they're all by themselves. But soon as Nino sees somebody catching him, or he sees that somebody's right in front of him, I mean, it's just like unlimited airplane gasoline in the tank. It's just amazing the level that he can put himself into to catch or to get away. And eventually when it clicks and he's able to do that from start to finish, wish I could, be honest with you, but when he does figure it out, it's going to be something to see. But seeing him finish up this lap here, as I said before, the gap pretty much, grew a few seconds each lap with Sam. It mainly all started off at the very beginning when Nino messed up on the hill, but Nino maintained this second place position and just continuously put time on third place, and had a really good race and continued to push himself as much as he could. And every time he'd start to fade, like I said, we would either say something to him or seemingly he'd said it to himself. And he really seemed to get a whole lot out of this particular course here. And this was had some challenging sections for sure. One of the more complicated areas of the series thus far with this one particular section. But Nino actually navigated it extraordinarily well to be his size and age. And I think everybody that watched him do it was quite shocked. But see him come through here in just a minute. And like I said, we're not going to show the entire race, but I do encourage you to stick around, because once the race is over, you'll see the podium picture, and then it's time for Nino. He takes the camera off, and he starts doing some things that I did not expect him to do. And I really enjoyed the videos that he captured, and I hope you do as well. And if you know some of the characters in the video, please make sure that they know about it and get to watch their part of it. We would appreciate you sharing it or sending it to them in a message, because some of the people I don't have contact with. But let's finish this up and then get to watch Nino take over Nino's adventure. Skateboard, push hard. Don't do funny stuff with you. Push hard. There we go. 5 more feet. Don't do funny stuff. Good. Push. Good. Get on and go. Go.
So I just got done with my race, and I'm walking my back to the camper. It was a pretty rough race, but I mean, it'll do. So Samuel got first, I got second, and Breck, I think, got third. There we are. Okay, so we are going to show you the finish line and see if we have any sprint finishes. Yesterday, you might not know yet, but Dean had a sprint finish with Lyndon, and I'll get Dean to tell you how it was. It was an awesome sprint finish.
Dean got mad.
I had to do this right now, but we're going to show you where you probably never heard of him, but his name is Tim Hopkins. Tell him.
He is the race director for NCCX.
Wait,
He's
Tim?
the one who makes all of this happen. And he's probably my hero.
Good job, good job, good job. Go, 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 Mo, come on. So BB Barnes is taking the lead.
Take that!
Go, BB Barnes.
Oh, come on, Miss Laura!
Good job, Dork.
Early.
Come on! Keep fighting! Come on! Come on! Good job! Good job! Good job! Good job! Bethany. Go, Bethany! So she's Come on, Mom! Take the high line! Take the high line! You got this! Don't let Allison pass you on the log! You will not let that happen! Hey, Dean. I've been wanting to get an interview with you about yesterday's race.
Ooh, riding without a helmet.
Cause like your sprint finish was
I don't
awesome.
even have a leg over the bike. What do you?
Yeah, I'll take that.
All right, so
Bye.
I want an interview with you about
Sure.
yesterday's race
Okay,
with
yeah.
you and Lyndon.
Yeah, sure.
Taking his bike,
Go.
Oh, okay. So we started the race, and it was like I had a pretty bad start. I was behind Foster and Lyndon, and first lap there was a small gap between me and Foster and Lyndon, and so I was just hoping that Foster would be able to close that gap and I could just sit on his wheel. But Foster got dropped, and so I had to chase back that gap to Lyndon, right? And then me and Lyndon had a
Good job,
couple
Mom.
laps of races.
You're mopping the floor with them. Continue
Nice.
doing it. All right, so
Yeah, and so we had a good couple laps with me and Lyndon switching back, and then I led the Go Allison! What?
You have aero bars.
Like, because I don't have a road bike. I would love a set of aero bars.
No, like flat tops. Like
all right, back to the interview.
Okay, yeah. And then I led all of the last lap, and then I came around that last corner.
Good job, BB Barnes.
The slowest of all of my laps, and then Lyndon just like in the sprint, he just came right on by me.
yeah, you
So.
have given up there.
Lucius.
Yeah, Velocious.
Good job, BB Barnes.
Come on, Mom.
BB Barnes, show them who's boss. Come on, show them who's boss. Woo!
Is this my good side? Is it not too bright in my face? Am I not squinting?
It's fun.
Yes.
So did you ride the barriers?
I rode the log once on the very first lap, and then after that
I didn't know you rode bikes.
I do. I race, but the only reason I do this whole series is because I wanted to race bikes.
They're cold.
Thank you. And
No water. Really.
I wanted to race bikes, and there was no cyclocross racing when I moved here to North Carolina. So I decided to start a series 29 years ago. So,
That is actually a pretty good story.
sorry? It wasn't too hard, but I mean, I had a Parks and Recreation degree. That's where I went to school. And I got a master's in that. And then I had a job. You can put that up to, well, let's wait until they come through.
Okay.
But then we have an idea of how many laps they have to go.
That is a pretty cool story for cyclocross.
It is. So my first big race, the first races we had, there was no cyclocross south of Washington, D.C. So like if you think all the way up where they're doing the race this weekend, there was no cyclocross in that area, on this area whatsoever. Okay.
Oh no!
Come on. What?
Sometimes bodies don't work.
Go, Mom! Woo! Go, 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 go! Allison is right behind you. Gapper, Gapper, Gapper! Give it an all-out sprint.
What's your mom's name?
Bethany. Oh. All right, let's go.
Bethany for the
Hey, and thanks for the interview.
Okay.
You're on.
Oh yeah.
You'll be on my YouTube channel.
Oh boy.
It's
Don't you
live.
edit these?
Yeah, you should edit it.
Nino, don't you
Whenever
edit
you
them?
show your
Or do
bunny,
you
you
just
should
like
say
show?
poop, poop, pop, pop, poop.
Show the entire
Nino,
Okay,
I
poop.
hope you edit them.